Hello aspirants. Yes, so you have learned a lot from the Hindu vocabulary, the words, the meanings, synonyms and antonyms. As I said, and the students were very fond of hearing these quotes and things from me. So that's the same thing, to strive, to seek, to find, to move on, and that is what the goal of our life is. So you are doing a lot of CLAT preparation. So the next series of the videos offers to you wonderful words which we have taken from the Hindu. Let's begin for the word for today, right? The word is done yesterday. These were the words that I had taken for you, and now I am moving on for today's word. This was the word retractable rhetoric, right? And then we have the words for today. I've repeated the spur because this has been repeatedly coming up in the sections, so I've taken up in twice form. Let's begin with the first word, steadily. Have you heard of the saying, the famous epigram? Yes, the famous epigram, slow and steady wins the race. It's taken from Grammar Angle. It's a famous epigram, please note. It's a witty dialogue, it's a witty saying. It means somebody who is very cautious, somebody who is very surreptitious in manner, somebody who has been seen or heard, somebody who is, very cautious and careful in his movement, of course wins the race. You've heard the story of tortoise and rabbit. Yes, it guides you, it tells you, motivates you that move on in life. Life is a juncture, don't stop at any juncture. Keep on going on. That is progressivism, and this steadiness is going to make you win the battle of life. So slow and steady wins the race. This is the famous epigram that we follow. Please see the words that we have taken as synonyms. Something which is furtive, shady, clandestine, hidden, means you don't reveal to the people that what you are doing, but you are slowly, gradually moving towards your goal. The next word, that is spur. You should do things at the spur of the moment, right? The idiom, please note for this again, at the spur of the moment. What is at the spur of the moment? Means you do things in a very quick go. जिसको हम कहते हैं हाथों हाथ, instantly. Very quick in your action, you have given instant one. Instantly you do the action. To encourage an activity or development and make it happen faster, you're very impulsive, you're very incentive, you are inducing something, you're forcing something on some. So that is the word spur. You are acting in such a quick manner, the other person doesn't even come to know that you are so quick in this thing. So that is the word spur. The opposite would be, see, you are being disincentive. See, you heard the word bonus and incentive from the root bon. Yes, that's bon, meaning good. So if you are doing things for incentive and bonus, naturally you'll do things in a very quick manner. See, the other synonyms we have, given incentive or encourage to someone, you stimulate the person. Suppose I show you a sheet of a student that he was my ex-student and he's now in NLS Bangalore. So many students have gone to NLS Bangalore from law prep tutorials, and this has been English and vocabulary has really played a very important role. This is not exaggeration, no dearies, this is not exaggeration, nor an hyperbolic effect. It is just to tell you that these students have done wonders and been a feather in the cap only because of English section. That's what we want for you to do. So when I say I show you students' marks or sheets and things, in that case it acts as a stimulus for you because it tries to grab out the answer from you. You are able to answer back in a quick manner. So that is the word which acts as a stimulant. It boosts you up like a Bournvita cup. Right, it boosts you up, it motivates you, it takes out the answer from you, it motivates you, it's impetus, it's very quick action at the spur of the moment. That's what we have written here, at the spur of the moment, something very quickly done. Right, and when you do it very slowly, you are not bothered about the incentive, then you would naturally do the works in a very dull and boring manner. Yes. Next word, speculation. Speculation is thought. If you say it's in fact pondering, or reflecting. Sometimes we use it in the tone of the passage too. The tone of the passage is pondering or reflective. That means it motivates you to think about it. You have a theory or a conjecture, firm evidence. You think over that thing forcefully, and it is a supposition. Of course, it's a guesswork, and we have the root in this that has to be kept in mind. That is spec, which means to see. Right? So, its speculation is to conjecture, see something, suppose something, take it in such a way that you take the thing ki yes, this is something which is going to help you. So, that is speculation. It's a kind of a guesswork. It's an estimated answer on the basis of your thoughts, on the basis of your reasoning, using your resonance. This makes you give you the right answer. The opposite would be something very sure thing where you have no doubt about it. Again, the root spectacle comes. See, in English there are two words, spectacle and spectacles, right? With the S, the meaning changes. They are not one word, they are various. There are various words in English which have this kind of a scenario. When you add an S to them, the meaning totally changes. Temple and temples, force and forces, pride and heir and heirs. She has heirs, that means pride. Lock or locks, wonderful locks, right? So, the same is here. When we have spectacle, it means a picturesque, it's a beautiful, wonderful, eye-catchy scene. And spectacles are the glasses the person wears because of some eyesight problem. That's spectacles. So, it's a visually striking performance. It's a display, it's a performance on an exhibition or a scene. It is something which is picturesque. Right? Beautiful, wonderful, to catch. Next word is specific. Specific is, somebody, talks about beating about the bush. Exact antonym for this is beating about the bush. I would first write that for you. This is also called circumlocution. You don't talk in the perfect manner. You talk in a way in which you twist and turn your thing, right? So, be very precise, be very specific, be very particular and explicit about your things. It should have a lucidity, right? From the root X, out, and from the root LUC, that is clear. Be lucid in your, specific in your things, because see, if you have to read between the lines, you don't understand the meaning, the things you are not able to grab, then what is the use of that thing? So, the quality or condition of being very specific about something, you are very explicit or particular about it, you are precise in your thinking, that would be the meaning here for specificity. So, this is the opposite would be taken, something which is very general, something which is the same, something which doesn't have any novelty, something just you फिराकर, you just come out to the same thing. It's called also periphrastic, right? Sovereign, the word has been done by you very often. The word has been done because it's used for India, our motherland. India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic as mentioned in the preamble of our constitution. Now, the word sovereign is supreme power or authority. It's a jurisdiction. It is a supremacy or a dominant or a power. You have the power to do something. We have an autonomy. You've heard the root auto? Yes, the word root auto, I have no space left, so I am writing here, auto means self. Autonomy means you do things on your own, you have the power, you don't need the permission of somebody to do something, that is the word sovereignty. The opposite would be subservience, subjection, bending down, not accepting somebody's power, accepting somebody's power, accepting that somebody is above you, that is subservience. Right? Okay. Let's move ahead to the next word and the next series. The next word. That means you make mistakes in your speech. It's simply a defect in speech. right? It's a defect in speech. It is called the spurious form of. Now when you talk, sometimes when we are talking, the pronunciation is wrong, we stammer, we fumble, we babble, we are lacking articulatory speech, the words and the things that we speak, you really eat those words. This is called the word stutter. Stutter means you stammer, you stumble, you falter. Another word we use is rant, you babble, you speak in a defective manner. Right, your speech is lacking clarity, coherence is lacking in that, you don't speak in the correct manner, you falter in your speech. See, the root fall is negative. Right, you are prone to making those errors in speech. The other person can easily see, a lawyer is known for his gift of gab, and the person doesn't, have that speech, doesn't have that criteria of seeing that speech or listening or speaking in such a way that the other person is mesmerized by your speech. The speech is of no use. So you should have that magnetic power, that the pull in you, that yes, I can speak correctly and wonderfully. So please don't stutter or don't rant or babble about it, because your clarity in speech is going to make you a perfect lawyer. Next word, stunning. Stunning is something which is an impaired growth and development that children experience from poor nutrition. The word you must have heard, malnutrition. Mal is not properly given the nutrition, it's poor nutrition, it's repeated infection and inadequate psychosocial stimulation. This is a kind of a condition, it's a very poignant and heart-wrenching feeling when we come to know that Indian people, and especially the poor children, don't get enough food to eat and are suffering from the problems of poverty, malnutrition, when so much of food is wasted and they do not get they are not even able to fulfill the basic necessities of life. This makes a person, hampers the growth of the person. Naturally, because of this poor nutrition, their mind is stagnant, they don't grow, they are not able to study, they are not able to do basic things of life. This is very heart-wrenching situation, touches our heart, we feel the pain in our heart. It should really, because as human beings, we can't see this wretched and dire condition, right? The next word, stringent. Stringent is very rigid and firm in one's attitude. You are a stickler. You don't want to change in your attitude, right? And I gave you the word, yes, mulish. You are mulish. You are inflexible. You don't want to change at any cost. You are stubborn, right? The word we could use, stubborn and obdurate and obstinate. Stickler kind of a person, right? This is found, yes, it is found a quality in a mule. So we have taken the word mulish and linked with the word stringent. The opposite would be very lenient and flexible. The next word, strategic, is you forming a strategy for doing something, a kind of a calculation, a kind of a planned thing. Deliberately you do that, relating to the identification of long-term or overall aims and interests, the means of achieving them. It's very planned and calculative thing. It's deliberately you do that. It's very tactful in yours, and you're very politic. See, very politic means very precise and particular. You know how to handle up this thing. You have to make a strategy even for clearing CLAT, a planned movement. I have made a strategy and it came out successful. That's what we want from you, right? So this is my strategy and this will lead me to success. Random. Random is just anything that would apply. Okay, the last word for today, stigmatize. Stigmatize is to condemn or criticize something, describe or regard as worthy of disgrace, disapproval, condemn, criticize, pick holes. Please write the idiom for this, pick holes. Condemn, denounce, brand, label. The opposite would be eulogize, to praise something, find it in the best of the scenario, right? So I hope you would like this series for today. and you have noted down these words. So we want your eulogization. Yes, you have to eulogize, praise, appreciate our work so that we can move on, and your boosting is only going to lead us ahead. Thank you, students.